Hello, I'm David Brooks with Cirrus Secure. As a former community banker, I strongly believe that the banking profession is noble and good. Every day, banks help their clients achieve economic success and financial security. Our purpose at Cirrus is to help support you in that mission. But we know this is probably the toughest environment we've ever seen. To succeed and win today, teams have got to be able to collaborate remotely, execute faster with less risk, and provide a great experience for the customer while maintaining basically perfect security. Our team of experts at Cirrus has created a platform to help you do exactly that. Cirrus is a unique efficiency tool that gives your team an edge over the competition. It's a single platform that replaces email and spreadsheets, using your policies and procedures as a blueprint to organize how information flows through the bank. We've hosted billions of dollars in transactions for banks as large as a $3 trillion global bank, all the way down to local community banks and non-bank lenders. So let's take a look at how Cirrus helped with a recent use case, which is the CARES Act in the PPP loan program. We have a live view of a public-facing webpage that we set up using Cirrus, and the borrower, as you can see, can provide some basic information, certify that they're not a robot, and looks like we've got an extra chimney there. Sorry about that. And so as we click through to the next page, we can see that there's a very clearly laid out digital checklist. Now, this checklist allows the borrower to drag and drop exactly what's needed. They've got on-screen assistance showing explanations of any sort of documents that are requested, and they can post, the bank can post attachments like Form 2483, PPP loan application, or KYC documents, or even marketing materials. So as soon as the borrower clicks Apply Now, inside Cirrus is a notification that gets triggered for your users inside the bank. And basically this says, hey, you've got a new loan request. Now, as I look at this loan request, I can see what's been provided in a very easy to understand color-coded menu so that every member of the team can quickly see the status of this loan request. Clearly, there's a problem with this particular document that's been marked as an exception. But if I've cleared that exception, I can mark it as approved, and everybody can see in real time, transparently, exactly what's going on. So I would just say, if you think about in a commercial lending environment, the concept that the internal team is also working together with the borrower and their external team, that's really one big team with a shared goal of getting that deal closed. So Cirrus as a tool to enable transparency and execution is really, really valuable, because not only can we all see where the deal stands inside the bank, we can also see outside the bank exactly what is remaining. So here's a borrower's view. As you can see, they've got the same view of exactly the status of every document in the checklist and where we are overall in the deal. So this really cuts down on the number of internal and external meetings, really, of clients asking, where are we with my loan request? When we look inside Cirrus at the very entry point, the top level dashboard, you can see that we've got a really nice pipeline reporting functionality. We can see what's been added recently to the pipeline. We can see what deals are closing and when. We can see whose desk are the deals on, and what's our turnaround time between sales and credit underwriting. We can also drill into specific loan types to see what we have in process across different loan types and processes. So a multifamily apartment loan is going to be different if it's a construction deal versus an acquisition or refinance. The same clean, modern user interface is available on a mobile device. So if you're sitting in a boss's office and being asked, what have you got in your pipeline? You can clearly just pull it up on Cirrus and get a live, up-to-date view. Now we can also trigger other non-origination types of workflows from the Cirrus Edge server. So what our technology allows you to do is create different processes for any type of use you can imagine, whether that's onboarding a treasury customer or a wealth client. In this case, we have an imaginary bank called Harmony Financial, and they've been getting a lot of requests for loan modifications. Borrowers are having trouble repaying their mortgage. So we can direct them to this ResiMod loan site. They can continue with a request for assistance. We have the ability to trigger conversion pixels for digital ad campaigns. As you can see, this click of this button has triggered a conversion message back to Google AdWords or whomever you choose. And then once inside the site, we can provide some basic information, any sort of custom information that's requested. We can choose who on the team we want to route this request to. And then again, the borrower is able to upload some specific information that's required by this particular credit request. In this case, a residential mortgage loan modification. Again, we can post attachments and request assistance now. Again, triggering a different workflow inside Cirrus, where the borrower is not only treated with a confirmation message, but also an email with a date and time stamped record acknowledging exactly what they've provided. So there's never any doubt about whether you have what you need. Now, the great thing about organizing documents in this way is that downstream, we can create different cuts of the loan file for different use cases. Now, we know that teams spend a lot of time answering requests for regulatory and compliance issues that may be related to file review. With Cirrus, we can create exactly what's needed for different users. Because, for instance, construction loan administration in my bank might not want to sort through all the tax returns in order to understand where we are in the draw schedule and the pro forma. So here you have an example of a single auto-indexed PDF. The files have been perfectly renamed according to the bank's naming convention. So if I pull something off the printer that says David's printer, September 17, the system's going to automatically rename that according to your policy. It's a huge time savings. And in our customer base, our clients are reporting 10, 15, even 20 hours of time savings per loan. Clearly, a way to help accelerate execution while keeping the security perfectly in order. We also provide knowledge base with video walkthroughs and live support for our users, team chat, automation of document requests, and a lot of other things that we just don't have time to get to today. But please do stop by our booth. And if you have interest, we'd be happy to share more information. And with that, I think we've got time for a couple of questions.
Yeah, thanks, David. So 2 quick questions for you. The first one, I think, is one on everybody's mind right now. How long does it take to activate and onboard with the Cirrus platform?
Oh, that's great. That's one of our strong suits. And, you know, because teams have to execute faster, we're here to support that. We've templatized best-in-breed checklist structures. So out of the box, we can enable your Cirrus instance to be ready within just a matter of days. That being said, people are finding interesting use cases. Safe deposit box reservations. As I mentioned, treasury and wealth and insurance onboarding, even wire transfer approvals. So as we address those specific use cases, we can spend more time with your team extending the scope so that you get as much value as possible out of the software.
Sure. Okay. And then one last one with the 30 seconds that we've got left. So, I know banks have a lot of different software systems, and it can be difficult to kind of play nicely with all of those. How does Cirrus integrate with other software platforms banks might already have?
Great question. We're packaged as an API. We can use event-driven webhooks. One customer is even triggering a message from the bank president upon loan approval saying, congratulations, in a video, your loan's approved. We look forward to the relationship. So with that being said, hopefully the message of rapid execution, teamwork, remote collaboration, and high security with a great customer experience, we'd be happy to support you in your needs as well.